fly-ass chicks who paint them pretty-ass lips. For them trap boys out doubling up on bricks. For musicians like myself that was blessed with a gift. Just to rap with a package, see what it is. Swerving through traffic like I lost control of the whip. Hurt the competition like I ran over these bricks. Double lines mean nothing when you're hugging the bridge. Red light, green light, headlight, beat bright. Superstar life make these lanes hate, right?
What's up? What's up? What's up? I know it's been a while. I ain't been here. Yeah, that's right. Doctor had me under some, you know what I mean? Anesthesia. I ain't gonna say anesthesia. Doctor had me under some goddamn medicine. Yeah, I know. But I'm back. I'm back. It's Tuesday. You know, this is what we do. Ron, what up, Ron?
What's up? What cracking lacking, dog?
Nothing much. Nothing much. Ian, what's going on, Ian?
Nothing much. You know, Vegas Golden Knights and the Stanley Cup playoffs. That has been keeping me busy every single day for the last 2 weeks. But hey, I got a little bit of time to talk about some sports today, so it's all good.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. We usually start off with what happened, baby. So, Ron, let's hit me with the what happened, baby.
What happened, baby? What happened? Draymond Green, you is too big and too old to be flopping. You were flopping in the games between Houston and your Warriors. You too old for that, dog. Stop it. Just play defense. Play defense. How about that? Play some damn defense for once. And my next one. All the NFL teams that pass on Sedor. How y'all gonna let this man fall to the 5th round and got picked by the Browns? Yeah, I mean,
I know the answer, but I can't say it.
Say it.
So the NFL owners who are billionaires were sending a message to Deion Sanders, who's a millionaire, pretty much saying, "Hey, you don't got the power you think you do." That's really all that was. They were pretty much showing. They were pretty much displaying to Deion that, hey, all the stuff you were saying on social media, now it's time to show you who really is in power now. That's all that was. It was all about power.
But they're all good. But Eli Manning's father had the power.
But here's the thing. Deion Sanders and the way he did it was technically different than how he did it. All right? How Manning did it was legally. He did a lot of it behind the scenes. Right? A lot of it was, hey, talking to GMs, talking to certain owners. That was the main difference.
It is what it is. You got your opinion and I got mine. But
yeah, that's cool.
2 wrong don't make a right. That's how I look at it. Both Deion and Eli Manning's father, they both were wrong. Just let they go wherever they need to go. In my opinion. If you say your guys that dude, okay, let them go to a bad team. Let them, whatever the dice, whatever it meant to be, let them go there. In my opinion. But my next one. And BJ, dog, what took Baltimore Ravens so long to release Justin Tucker? And they said it was about a football decision. No, not. Why you lying? The man cannot keep his hands to himself. Stop going to the massage parlors. That's my thing. Y'all waited what? A whole year, Dennis? It been a whole year.
I'm just saying it must be very, very addictive at the massage parlors. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, No, just the touch. Keep your damn hands to yourself. No ifs about it.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised he didn't get $246 million after finding out all that information. So,
Oh shit.
Oh shit. And my last one, Dennis. Since people want to put out the wrong information about the Atlanta Falcons, get your facts straight before you talk about us. And you know who you is. And it wasn't our defensive coordinator. It was his son. The defensive coordinator put down his tablet and left Shedeur number on top of it. And he walked away. His son came and got Shedeur's phone number and called Shedeur and others. So when you talk about other teams, you know who you is. Get your facts right before you tell lies.
but whose team got fined for it though?
Atlanta Falcons got fined for it.
So the Atlanta Falcons had to take responsibility for what his son did.
Right. And they find the defensive coordinator $100,000. So you know who you is putting out the wrong information. Get your facts right before you talk about somebody else's team.
All right.
Chocolate
Girl, how you doing, Chocolate Girl?
Chocolate Girl's good. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes,
loud and
ma'am.
clear, 10-4.
Okay. So I'm gonna say it's we doing What Happened, Baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like trash ass better, but okay. What happened, baby? All the people who are pretending like the only reason why Shedeur dropped to the 5th round was just to put Dion in this place. If you think that's all it's about, you my trash ass player for the week. And I have spent almost a week now talking about this crap. I'm not talking about it with anybody else anymore because it's ridiculous. It's obvious what has happened here. Obvious what has happened to most people, but those who are in denial and don't want to deal with it. That's one. Two, Dylan Brooks.
Okay. Monster again. Ian, what you got in?
So when it comes to my world, which is the world of professional hockey, that's going to be the only two that I'm going to talk about. The first trash ass players would be the officials in Toronto. The officiating and the people who are doing the replays and doing the officiating in Toronto, I understand you're not going to get everything perfect, all right? It's not going to be 100% perfect. But this is the Stanley Cup playoffs. You need to do better, okay? This is the Stanley Cup playoffs. This is hockey. You got to do better on the officiating. And then second is that there is a incident that happens between the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers. And yes, I'll let her get the microphone back because she's back now. But when it comes to Toronto Maple Leafs and it comes to Florida Panthers, there was an incident where a Florida player hit the Toronto goalie with his stick and caused him to get stretchered out of the game.
Yep.
They stretchered him off the ice. And then the way the Florida player was reacting, he was making it seem like it was no big deal. Like it was no situation. Bullshit. All right? So if you hurt somebody, there's an unwritten rule in hockey. Anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to let you know what the unwritten rule is. If you hit the goaltender and you hurt the goaltender, you drop the effing gloves. Okay? You fight immediately. That's an unwritten rule. So for Sam Bennett, I'm just going to call you what you are. you're a little bitch. So when it comes to that situation, the next time Florida and Toronto play game 2, I hope that somebody knocks his ass out.
Dang.
Because you hit the goalie. It looks like you knew what you were doing, by the way. And you didn't do the unwritten rule of hockey. Shame on you. It's an unwritten rule for a reason. You've been playing hockey since you were 8 years old. You know it. That's all I got to say.
Dang.
Dang.
I'm pissing motherfucking
Yeah. Oh.
You pissing the EM cornflakes, boy. Thanks for
Cold
having me. Sound like you back now.
Okay,
You back?
I'm back now. Yeah, I had to get off that phone. People kept calling, and that's why I kept hanging up. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, that.
It's all good.
Are you finished, Ian?
I am finished. I had to do my little rant. Unwritten rules of
I
hockey.
missed it. I missed it all. I'm sorry. I'll catch it on the replay. I'm so sorry, but
It's all good.
so I already talked about Shador in the NFL. I started talking about Dylan Brooks. I just think, people want to talk about Draymond all the time. And Draymond has done some pretty ignorant things. Yes, he has. But he is a champion too.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan ain't won nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And like Draymond told him when he was at Memphis, the Memphis dynasty won't even start until you're off the team. And so, and that was very telling. You can't win with him. Who said that? And what NFL coach was that, Dennis, that said you can't win with him? Who was that?
I won't win.
Yeah. Hey, I can't win with him. But anyway, I just think he's just bad for the NBA. He's him and Stewart. What's his first name?
Isaiah Stewart.
Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah Stewart. Those two individuals probably need to go away. So that's 2. 3. The WNBA started some preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
And they were pretty good. A couple were pretty good, and some were kind of okay. But what I noticed is that those whack ass fake fans that came to the league, to the W with Caitlin Clark, are back in the comments with all their hate. Angel Reese had a great game. It was put in the articles about her that she had double-digit rebounds, and 90% of them were defensive, and people were still saying, "Oh, she just getting it off her own misses." It's just maddening the way that they are still after this girl, this young lady, I should say. And she's already proven she's going to be a star in this league. And watching her game, I could tell that she worked out with Lisa Leslie, because if you paid attention to that footage, to the videos that were out about them working together, and she was teaching her that pivot move under the basket in the post. I saw her do that in game 3 times over the past week, at least 3 when I was watching, because I didn't sit and just watch the whole game. And she did her thing. She did it. She's learning and she's growing. And I'm very excited to see where she goes from here. So all those hating ass people, I just wish they would just go somewhere else. Go to WWE. Watch them. We don't need you. We don't need you watching the W. We're going to be fine. We're going to grow without you. So we don't need y'all. And the last one is my Lakers. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. I'm purple and
Lakers
gold. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let me make him number 4. Shannon Sharp, number 4. That whole Lakers in 5, all he been talking for the past month. Lakers in 5. And I was like, how is this idiot saying that they're gonna win in 5? If they had any outside chance of winning, it would have had to be in 7. They weren't beating anybody in 5. Nobody.
Hey, I'm gonna give Anthony Edwards all the credit in the world. After the game ends, Anthony Edwards in the locker room. I mean, he pretty much trashed Shannon Sharp. I mean, it was Lakers in 5.
Well, let me tell you, Lakers out in 5. But let me tell you this about I got so much more respect for Anthony Edwards after the way he trolled them afterwards. I actually respect that. I do, because they talked mad crap. He went in their city and did a tour telling everybody Lakers in 5. What happened to the Lakers in 5? Yeah, we sent them home in 5. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my Lakers, what's his name? JJ Redick, the fake coach.
Mm-hmm.
All that hype. Oh, he doing all right. He doing better than we thought. I said that on one of these shows. He had a few games where he did better than I thought. But like I said, I was not ready to roll out Coach of the Year shit at all.
He didn't deserve that.
No, he didn't deserve to even be thought of in the conversation by the end of the season, by the end of the regular season. And then
it should be Detroit. If we're all being honest, as much as I hate Detroit, it should be Detroit.
But Cleveland got it. Cleveland coach got it.
Well, since he was in the place that first round, he did a horrible coaching job the whole time. I can't think of one game when he made any monumental decision that was key in them winning the game. I can't think of any.
I can think of one. He did call that timeout, and he did like a what the fuck, what the hell, what's going on, and went on a rant. And then after that, they went on a 7-0 run and they won that game. Now I can think of that one.
Yeah, the one game.
I can't think of no more.
Okay,
well, it was Lakers in 5.
Right. And that was the second game. Well, I tell you, okay, Dennis, I'll get that to you. I stand corrected if that was supposedly a great coach decision. To me, that's elementary. Any coach would have done that. But okay.
I ain't telling you he's the best. All I'm saying is
I got you. I said I'm gonna give that to you. I'm gonna give that to you.
I'm gonna say this. I think a great coach would actually use his bench in the second half.
But see, that's my problem. How you anyway? I'm not gonna stay on them.
I mean, he was only there because he's LeBron's podcast.
Well, we know that.
That's all it is.
We know that, and because LeBron can manipulate him. Stop, Dennis. Right. He can manipulate him.
I mean, anybody can do
whatever he wants him to do.
I mean, he was with the Clippers. He retired. All of a sudden, he starts doing a podcast with LeBron. Now he's a Lakers head coach. No credentials. No nothing.
No nothing. No. So I mean, he had no business being there anyway. But since he gonna step up, he stepped up to get beat down, and he beat down was what he got, and he ought to be ashamed of himself. But he's so arrogant. He's so arrogant. He probably can't even see his fault in all this. But anyway,
correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you have McMillan as your assistant coach?
He's one of them. I think he's over there.
Okay.
I think so.
So if all the veteran coaches you have on your coaching staff, just fire JJ. Just fire him. Like
they will. Hey. Not yet, though. Not yet.
But anyway, well, I guess I'll let that be it. Because I got some praising to do on the certified side, so I'll let that be that. Okay. Good to see you, Dennis. I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, glad to be seen, and thank y'all. I mean, stay tuned. What up, baby? What's going on?
What's up, Josh?
Let me get my chocolate girl moment.
You gonna have a chocolate girl moment? Okay, go ahead.
I gotta have a chocolate girl moment because I sat in that hospital. And I watched this game, and I said, this dude got to do something. I said, he can't go out here with no bad performance in Game 7 against the Denver Nuggets, and Kawhi Leonard is his co-partner. But no, in true typical fashion, James Harden, again, finds ways to keep fucking choking. Like, god damn, man. Like I'm sick. I was so mad. I'm like, shoot the fucking ball. Like, what are you doing? Like, all this step back shit you've been doing all season, you can't do nothing now. Fuck happened to? Fuck is going on? What happened to that triple shit? Fuck is going? Where's that?
Dennis.
Can't do shit.
Dennis.
I was so mad. I was like, you know what? He ought to cut his beard off.
Let me say this.
Because you out there looking butt naked anyway. You need to just cut your goddamn beard off.
Let me say this.
Cut that shit off. Cut it off.
Wait a minute.
I don't want to hear you about beard. I don't want to hear none of that shit no more. Cut that shit off. Ain't nobody scared of your ass.
Dennis,
the gnarly beard. Remember, I called him gnarly beard.
Right. Shane been telling us about James Harden for a long time.
Brian, I'm in there. Brian, it's game 7. I'm in there, and I'm like, listen, if he have a good game, people won't say nothing about it. But he can't go out here and have a trash game. That's all I kept saying. I'm on the phone with Sean the whole time. We watched the whole game. We watched the whole game together.
Yeah.
When Denver took that blowout lead, and it was like I think it was the second quarter, I said, Rashawn, game over. He was like, what you mean game over? It's a whole lot of games. They only up 15 points. There's a whole lot. I said, no, you don't understand. It's game 7 and Denver's home. Game is over.
Damn.
It's hard to win. It's hard to win a game 7 in somebody else's crib. Game is over.
Well, I knew it was over when they went back there. Yep. I knew it was over then. It's James Harden. I told y'all. All these people in my ear talking about, the Clippers coming out the West. The Clippers gonna make it at least to the Western Conference Final. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Is James Harden still on the roster? Yeah. Then you're wrong. Period. I say that with confidence, and I'm right every freaking year. And every other season, these same people come back talking about some James Harden should be on the list of the top 20 players of all time and top 20 guards and all this crap. I'm like, hell to the no. I don't give a damn how many points he can score. That doesn't matter to me. You a flopper, you get points off flopping, and you always crash and burn in the playoffs when it counts. Always. So don't miss me with that. His ass don't even deserve to be on the top 75 players list. But his gnarly ass is on there because everybody is all mesmerized because he can average 28 points in the season. Who cares if it doesn't equal winning? Who cares? Even Kawhi, Mr. Expressionless, emotionless Kawhi, you could tell at the end of that game he was hot because he knows James Harden lost that for them. He
knows James Harden didn't no goddamn effort. Like, he ain't give no effort. He wanted just pass the ball to his system. But I understand
his ass was at the strip club the night before, Dennis. He was at the strip club the night before. How much you want to bet?
I don't even give a damn about that. This is the part that I'm mad at. Look, it's 24 seconds on the shot clock, and you known for taking over the goddamn shot clock. And you telling me at this point you can't even put up a fucking shot? You can't even do like the shot clock go out? Like what the?
Yes.
I mean, I was in there heated. The nurse had to come see me a couple times. I was in there heated.
It's James Harden. Dennis, it's James Harden. Y'all should be expecting this. Ryan told you. I've been telling y'all this for years.
Look,
I was mad at Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey. I mean, I'm still mad at Daryl Morey. It ain't going away. But I said James Harden deserved his money. But man, this shit would have been terrible in Philly. If this shit happened in Philadelphia. I'm kind of glad we didn't make this shit would have been terrible in Philly.
I think they need to trade everybody off of that team.
No,
that
they should stay right there and stay clipping. The Clippers gonna clip every freaking season. It serves them right. Them sorry asses.
Because
they gotta stay the way that they are.
I mean, they're LA's little brother for a reason. No one likes them. No one cares. No one likes the Clippers anyway. I mean,
if there
was any team that could be nuked from the NBA, I'd be fine with the Clippers being nuked.
Another guy I'm going to mention, and I love this kid. I swear, I love this kid. This is my guy, Jalen Green is what I'm talking about.
I knew it. I don't know how I knew it.
I love Jalen Green. I swear I love Jalen Green, but Jalen Green is gonna have to find a way to play basketball different, or he's going to end up being off that team.
It's the
They're gonna end
moment.
up getting rid of him.
It's the
No,
moment.
no, no,
Dennis.
it's him. It's him. It ain't the moment. It's him. He
No.
only got. He only got.
I'm saying in the moment, he doesn't bring that in the moment. Is what I'm saying. He
But
doesn't.
he has to develop a different type of game in order for that team to grow. Other than that, they're gonna get rid of him.
Talk a little bit more about what you mean. What do you think he needs to put into his game? What does he need to change?
You got to get a mid range. You got to get a mid range game. I don't understand. Well, I do understand because you make more money for shooting threes than you do for mid range. Like nobody acknowledges you for being a mid range king. You just the mid range king, and that is what it is. But if you can shoot the three ball, you'll forever be getting hundreds of millions of dollars. I understand that. But if you develop a mid range game, and actually you and that Thompson twin, them goddamn Thompson twins, they are a 17-foot jump shot away from being all NBA. Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them. Like these them two much. Man, I don't know what lab they came out of, but them two motherfuckers right there.
Well, Dennis, that shows you why they're still in the league. That's why they're still there. You're absolutely right.
But Houston as a whole is they lead the league in rebounds and they play very good defense. I love the defense that they played yesterday. But as far as shooting, it's either drive to the basket and hope they get fouled or get a ball to Sengun. That's it.
The problem.
That's all they got.
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that?
I don't think it's nobody's fault. I just think that's the way the team is developed.
So
as those players.
Let me
That's
ask,
the word, develop. They need to be developed.
Let me ask
see, you trying to put it on Ime Udoka. I'm not putting that on Ime Udoka.
I'm not putting it all on him.
I think Ime Udoka has did a great enough job to win Coach of the Year this year. Now I knew they wasn't gonna give it to him. You know, I know people still hate on Ime Udoka what he did to Nia Long. I ain't got nothing to do with you doing off the field.
No,
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
But
I do know one thing. The situation happened in Boston, and Boston sold their team. So out of all that, Ime Udoka is still out here coaching at a high level. That's one thing I do know. And I'm not putting all that on that. I'm not doing.
No, I'm not either. But I am saying,
but they do have to develop more shooting.
That's a deficit that he's gonna have to work on. The team as constructed, he's gonna have to bring something out of them, or else get somebody else in there, trade somebody. Because like you said, that part of the game has to come. It just has to. It's gonna have to. Go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
That's what I was finna say. Do you think that they go after Kevin Durant this offseason?
That's what Jeff. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff said this to me I want to say almost 2 weeks ago. Jeff said that to me that they need to go get Kevin Durant. I think getting Kevin Durant would be nice
because he can help them. He can shoot.
He's a mid-range king, and he can shoot the three ball.
So. And he got size. No dilly, but he tall.
God, please stop.
But he can help on the defense end too. He has a pretty good defensive game. Pretty good, above the rim. But my question to y'all, who will y'all trade to get him?
They might go all them draft picks they got. They got a lot of draft picks. They
do. Oh, okay. So
you would trade what, 2 second rounds to get Kevin?
You probably give 2 first rounds to Kevin Durant at his age right now.
2 first and a third, or 2 first and a second. I mean, well,
because I think, and we talked about it then it's a while back, the Phoenix Suns finna blow up their team.
They should.
Yeah, I think Phoenix gonna blow up their team. I think Memphis is gonna blow their team up. Y'all know how much I love Memphis.
Right.
I think Memphis is gonna blow their team up. I think Ja Morant may end up in Orlando. I think Triple J may end up with the Lakers. Those are just things that I think just may happen.
Yeah. I got a feeling. I think I agree with you, Dennis. I got a feeling they gonna move Ja. I really do.
Yeah.
I got a feeling.
He know how to play the game, but he becoming a problem too. So
he's bringing it on himself.
Well, I know Orlando need a point guard.
Right, they need a point guard, but he also could go to the Blazers.
Yeah, I mean, only thing I know is Orlando need a point guard.
Well, Blazers are still in a rebuild. I mean,
See
when it
what
comes
I mean?
to Portland, they're not ready yet.
But
yeah.
Well, to answer the question in the comments, KD is 36 years old.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. I think only other thing. What was my other? The 2 games last night, especially with another situation. Boston, y'all missed 45 3-pointers. At what point is it like, yo, let's just stop shooting threes? Like, at what point? I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it like we just gonna shoot the three? We gonna dive out? It just is what it is.
Hey,
I know that's the lingo. That is the lingo.
Yeah. As somebody who has hatred for Celtics fans, I think Celtics fans are some of the worst in all basketball. I'm happy the Knicks won last night. I'm happy the Boston lost.
Nice. It was nice to see the Knicks come back around 20, and it was honestly, it was real nice to see Denver come back and beat OKC.
Mm-hmm. No, it wasn't.
People kept making it seem like OKC was untouchable, and we talking about coaching jobs. I got to give it to Joker. Joker out there coaching. Joker out there said, "Hell, I'm gonna have to start coaching out here." Joker out there coaching.
Well, the rumor is their next head coach will be Carmelo Anthony.
No, ain't gonna be the next head coach.
They're not gonna do that. No. I don't believe they're gonna do that. Now, if they do, I will be stunned. But I don't believe so.
What they're probably gonna do.
He got that big deal with NBC that he's actually doing what is it called? The Road? I forgot what it's called. But
he's Ron, what Denver's probably going to do is the same thing that Memphis did and the same thing that San Antonio just did. They promoted from within. They both had assistant coaches that they promoted from interim to permanent head coach.
I mean, oh no, Denver Nuggets, they really want to get Carmelo Anthony over there coaching.
I don't know. I mean, the way they screwed him over.
Right. I don't know how true it is, but that the rumor right
now. I don't think it would be wise of Carmelo to step in a head coaching position straight off the bat. Right. He needs to be an assistant first.
Right. Well,
that's the problem I have when they give it to people like him and like JJ Redick. Ain't no way in hell he should have been a head coach. Right. First coaching job in the NBA. That's just crazy. But anyway.
Right. I mean, Jason Kidd was the same way. But
well, I was I wish I could find the tape. I was right on this program telling everybody that was a mistake. I didn't think he should have been a head coach then. Mm-hmm. I'm still not impressed with him. Everybody else is, but I'm not.
I'm impressed with him.
I know.
But no,
everybody every year.
But it comes to Denver though, they're gonna promote from within though.
But that's the rumor right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they did in other places. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to these certified players. What you got, Ryan?
My Atlanta Falcons finally got some pass rushers.
And a lot of people was talking shit like, why would they give up next year's first and next year's third? Or I think it was this year's third or whatever. Why would they give up all that to go back and trade and get another pass rusher? They ain't gonna do nothing to get a pass rusher next year anyway. Why wait another year?
Right.
Might as well go get him now.
And we got the top 2 pass rushers in the draft.
The only reason why it would even remotely backfire is if Atlanta missed the playoffs and they were in the 10 to 15 area. But that would be the only reason why it would be cautious to trade your first round pick next year.
But
Man,
back.
listen,
we've been. Let me
that
say
coach,
this.
that coach looked like he on his last leg anyway, so he knew. Let me go
Right.
ahead and get everything I need to get out.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me say this. Last year we were ranked 28th again to the quarterback. Let that sink in. All these people want to talk shit about why Atlanta Falcons did what we did. We were ranked 28th again to the quarterback. Like I said, y'all, some of these motherfuckers need to do their research before you talk about other people's team. You cannot win games like that, being 28th again to the quarterback. Yeah, I'm missing something.
No, you ain't missing.
I mean, it's a risk and reward. That's the thing. That's the only thing I ever said about it is that it's a risk that you're hoping pays off.
Right.
Right. I don't know how that is. I don't have
no guts, no glory, though. No guts, no glory.
Right. You got to get to the quarterback.
Right. I don't know how that is. Not getting to the quarterback.
Oh, because, I know you. Yeah.
Hey, because Ron, you don't want to be my Chicago Bears.
You see that, Shane? You see that?
I love it.
I had to get you.
I love it.
I missed you. Just want to let y'all I missed you. I had to get you.
I love it, Dennis. I love it.
I mean, Ron, hold on. Dennis has the best GM in the NFL. I mean, there's a reason why he's so confident.
Wait a minute.
He got the best GM in the NFL.
Yeah, because he drafts Georgia players.
Oh, and he drafts Alabama players. He drafts Georgia players. Like, if you're in the SEC, come on down to Philadelphia.
Right. He said you want them. I'm not mad at you, player. I'm not.
And funny enough, Howie Roseman's a Florida Gator guy, drafting all these Georgia and Alabama players.
Hey, this guy, I heard this guy say yesterday or day before that the Philadelphia Eagles is like Alabama's grad school.
Right.
And it took me a second to get what he was talking about. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I get it. And I was laughing.
And my last one, my SoFi player, this is good and bad SoFi player. The Miami Heat. How the fuck y'all been getting fat?
How what?
How the fuck do I need y'all get the broom somewhere? Y'all got fat in the playoffs.
This supposed to be certified, man. Why you hating on the Heat?
But I got y'all with the Cavs. The Cavs did their thing.
Wait,
number one seed.
Hold on.
Right.
I'm going to defend the Miami Heat here. I'm not saying I'm a fan of the Miami Heat, but I'm going to defend them real quick. They were the 10 seed that beat the 9 seed, then beat the 8 seed to even get in the playoffs to begin with. Them getting swept is not a bad thing when you realize they wouldn't have made the playoffs to begin with.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
They were supposed to get swept. Cleveland is number 1 seed.
I mean,
they came from 10.
But what I'm saying, you got a player on your team like Bam Adebayo.
And who else they got?
You got what his name from the Warriors. The man did not like to comb his hair. Played for the Warriors last year. What your boy name, Josh?
Well, the fact you didn't say Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson is kind of interesting, but
that again.
But I mean, and they're not superstars. It's like
no, they're not. No, not at
all. When Jimmy got them to the finals all them times, everybody was stunned. That's part of the reason why everybody was stunned because of who's on the roster.
Right.
So I mean, Miami's got some beefing up to do.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't call them trash ass players. I wouldn't put them on my trash list.
The only person I felt bad for is Kevin Love because of what happened with him.
See,
because
didn't he lose his dad? Didn't he lose his dad?
Yeah, he lost his dad.
Yeah.
Like you saw Tristan Thompson, like you saw players from Cleveland kind of like consoling him.
Yeah, did you see that when Tristan and him was hugging and he was crying? Man. But anyway, that was emotional.
The Cavs, they been on fire. I gotta get in their part.
Cleveland, is this for you?
I mean, if they make the finals this year, that'll be the first time without LeBron. So.
Sharon, y'all been.
I said it. I said Cleveland's coming out of the East, and I'm sticking with it.
Hey, same here.
Y'all been on
I
fire.
know. I remember you said it.
So
Mhm.
that's my last one, Dennis.
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 That's his last one. Who's next?
That was on. It's supposed to be Ian.
Oh, it's supposed to be
All right.
me? Okay. I mean, I only got two. First one,
And then it's the chocolate girl.
and then
Okay.
Chocolate Girl. All right, I got two. The first one is, since I'm wearing their sweater right now, Stanley Cup playoffs. My Vegas Golden Knights are in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So they're keeping me busy for sure. I mean, this entire playoffs, every single day I'm doing something in terms of content-wise. But yeah, always good to see Vegas in the second round of the playoffs. We'll see if they can beat Edmonton, because Edmonton's a very aggressive, fiery team, but we'll see what happens there. And then second, let's head over to the baseball and go over to the Diamond real quick. The New York Mets. Yeah, the New York Mets, arguably one of the best teams in baseball right now. I guess the Juan Soto deal, got Francisco Lindor. The pitching staff's doing well right now. So for the New York Mets, a team that I picked to win the World Series back in February. I mean, it's still early in the year, but hey, they're looking pretty good so far.
Hey, shout out to King Czar.
Oh, trust me, I didn't want to do it for King Czar. Like, I knew that he was going to have a great reaction when I told him I put $10 on the Mets.
But his I mean, he's a long-suffering Mets fan, so
he is. Yeah.
They're doing well. So shout out to him. I'm sure he's excited.
Yep.
That's it?
And that's it. That's all one.
Okay. So I'm sorry, Dennis. I ain't been here in a minute. I got to backtrack just one. Ron, I got to say something to you about this whole Atlanta Falcons rant you went in under the trash ass and talking about people need to watch what they saying when they talking about your team and all that. Let me tell you something about that whole fake call thing. Let me tell you that was it offense or defensive coordinator? Which one is he?
It was our defensive coordinator's son.
Coordinator.
I got it, but I want to know who the personnel was, not the son. I know it's the son.
Defensive coordinator.
Well, the defensive coordinator should have lost his damn job. Sorry. He should have lost his job. Yes, he should. Because I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. When you are an employee and you are entrusted with personal information, I don't care if it's just a phone number. You can seriously lose your job out here outside of the NFL.
Right.
Why should the NFL be different? I understand it's a sports team, but it's a job. Right. You had this man's personal information. It was careless and sloppy to leave your iPad or whatever it was there, tablet, for anybody to access. And the key word is anybody. They don't give a darn who it is. I have been entrusted with company laptops for over 20 years now. If somebody got in, if I left it in my car and it got stolen, I would be in trouble and losing my job. If anybody was able to access it and get any of our insured's information, I would lose my job. Period. Point blank. Now, some people say, "Oh, you just overreacting, and you just upset because it was Shador." No, he didn't just do that. Shador went on, even the only person that got called.
Right. He did it.
No, it's not about Shador. This is about what's right, and that's how I am. And I'm sorry, he should have lost his damn job. Period. Because that was irresponsible. He's a professional. He is a defensive coordinator. You gotta have more sense enough to know that thing's supposed to be at your, tied to your hip. You are not supposed to let that information out of your sight, period. And that is the reason why I believe he was in on it. I don't believe it was just his son going rogue doing this and he didn't know anything. I don't believe that. I don't buy it. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. We supposed to be
I like when you get your thinking on. Hold up now.
I will say this about Jeff Albright. I mean, this is 7th season being the Falcons organization. He was the interim defensive coordinator, now defensive coordinator.
What?
I mean, he should know better.
He should know better.
Wait a minute. Can I answer some of this?
No, I wasn't asking anything. I was just giving my opinion. I really believe that he's not that inept. Right. That he does know how to take care of and guard information, right, and that he was in on it. I believe he was probably part of the clique who didn't want them Sanders people in, and the only reason why the other guy got called is because they wanted to make it seem like it wasn't targeted towards Shador, so they had to do it to somebody else. That's how when people are diabolical, they try very hard to cover all the bases to make this look like it's what it's not than what it is. And I just have a hard time believing this man was that irresponsible with that laptop or with that tablet. I believe he was in on it, but we ain't got to talk about that. If you want to respond, you can. I still got some more certified, but you can respond.
We just talked about after the show. Myself.
All right, my brother. But, so that I just wanted to get that out of the way. So I'm back to the W. Asia Wilson. I don't know if y'all have seen her commercials about her new shoes that's dropping today. I think it is. They dropped
the other day, and I'm a little upset because they ain't in my size. I'm upset about that commercial is dope than a motherfucker. That's a dope ass commercial, and that's how. And honestly,
it's two of them. They good. Did you all hear who directed those? Right?
No.
Malia Obama.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Malia Obama directed those.
Wow.
Those commercials for her.
What about who did the Juju? Who did the Juju commercial? But she got a commercial.
I don't know, but her commercials are off the chain. But listen, teardrops. Asia Wilson, Juju, got some really good commercials. I love them. Okay, so they're on my certified list. Las Vegas Aces, hey, they might make another run at it this year. The Liberty better get themselves ready because they're going to be ready to come back and try to get it.
I hope you're right. As somebody who's in 702, I hope you're right. So.
Yeah, 702. But anyway, I'm just so excited about her shoe. I may have to break down and actually get a pair. And I don't spend a lot of money on shoes. I think the most I ever spent on a pair of sneakers was like $65, $80, maybe.
So you put your discount in there, right? Because Nike got the discounts plus 55. That's a discount. They got the what's the other discount?
Hey, I might be able to use my AARP discount.
Yeah, that too. And don't forget you're a school teacher. Use that one as well.
I'm a fake school teacher. But anyway, so yeah, I got them on there. I'm very, very happy with them. And I'm going to give my flowers to Shador because I believe the way that he handled the whole draft slide and everything has been commendable because I don't think he behaved and reacted the way they wanted him to. He didn't do that. He did not give them what they want. And I am very happy about that. I'm happy that when everybody kept trying to get in Deion's face and ask him, well, what do you think about the slide? Y'all know he ain't happy about it. Why you in his face with a camera trying to get him to say something that you want him to say for shits and giggles? And he just said his answer that he gave was always, God is good. And he got in his car and rolled out. And I love it. I love it. I love me some Deion Sanders and I'm a supporter. So, hey, I think that's, shout out to Anthony Edwards. I had him on my certified list. And I'm going to say shout out to Denver. How in the hell did they come from behind and beat OKC yesterday? How did that happen? I didn't watch the whole game. I watched parts of it. But the last time
what happened?
Huh?
You said what happened?
How did they come back from behind and beat OKC?
Oh, missed shots and they took opportunities, and basketball's games and runs, and
Yeah,
Denver
and
went
see,
on that
I
run.
didn't see the end of
Yeah.
it. The
And
last time I
for
looked
some,
at it, there was like 4 minutes left, and OKC was up by like 14 or something like that. And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, they probably win this." And I went on did something else. I turned the thing on today, and they talking about come from behind, and Jokic did this, and I was like, "How in the hell? What in the hell happened?"
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, shout out to Denver and whatever they did, and that's good. And yeah, I'm ready to see this Golden State matchup, though. I'm ready to see how this gonna play out. I'm rolling with Golden State. I tell every time if the Lakers are out, I'm rolling with Golden State from the West until they're not in it no more. That's just me. You got to stick with my boy. That's Draymond, man. I got to stick with Draymond and Steph Curry. I love Steph Curry. So
I'm siding with
Steve
Minnesota.
Kerr. Lastly,
I'm just into to watch basketball.
Lastly, salute to Greg Popovich. He has made that decision to retire from being the head coach. He's up in the front office. He did the press conference, and shout out to Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili for being there right by his side at that press conference. I teared up a little bit. I just thought that was just
honestly it was kind of support. It was kind of shocking for me to actually see Deontay Murray out there. That was kind of shocking to me because usually you don't see, somebody from a current team come to a current NBA player come to old coaching situation.
Well, he got close to him.
Right. They
bonded.
Right. They were real close.
Mm-hmm. I saw him talk about that in the interview.
He did a documentary, and shout out to the Pivot. He was on the Pivot too, and talking about it a while back.
Yeah, that was a good interview. That Pivot right. And the Pivot be coming up with some good stuff.
And that interview right there, it made you look at people different.
I don't think you've seen the latest one, because Shannon over there talking about something. Him and 100 people could take on the gorilla.
Right,
Shannon.
But see, that's Chan. You know something? He ain't got them all. Yeah. I told you something wrong.
I've been trying to tell you, and that's it. He keeps the show going with that. Ain't got it all.
Yes, he does.
I was trying to tell you that way back when you was upset about the whole nudist column situation.
I gotta address this comment that Sean said. Shout out to Sean. What's up, Sean? I seen why Sharon Mullen doesn't like Cam Ward. He is a little bit of a prick and very jealous of Shador. I don't dislike Cam Ward. I don't dislike Cam Ward. I just don't believe that he's better than Shador. And I guess he has an opportunity to prove me wrong. What I think what Sean is talking about is in that video when they were practicing on the field, and I'm all for shit talking, and trolling each other, and I'm all for that. My father was big playing the dozens. My daddy was a master, okay, of all that. So I grew up with that. So I like that type of stuff. But I felt that some of the things that he said to Shador, you know how people say things in jest, but it's truth that it really is how they feel, but they make it a joke, kind of ha ha ha. I really felt like the feeling I got from that video was that he was side eyeing and taking shots at him in a slick way. And then trying to pretend like it's a joke. Ha ha. We just two dudes. We just talking. No, I really believe that he was personal. Yeah, very personal. Yes, Sean. So that's how I felt like some of the stuff that he was saying was personal. He knew the cameras were rolling and he was trying to big up him. And I didn't like that. But as a player, I like his game. I just don't feel like he was the better quarterback in the draft like everybody else did. So we'll see. Warriors in 6. That's what I got.
All right now.
Me too, Sean.
Certified player. Who I have for certified? Oh, I have to give it to the Denver Nuggets. I gotta give some Denver Nuggets. Yeah. Them goddamn Denver Nuggets, they got me excited. They got that white boy over there. What's his name? Brian? Or is it Brown? I think it's Brian. I think it's Brian.
Christian Braun.
Yeah,
Braun,
Christian
Braun. Mm-hmm.
I like that white boy. I like him. Yeah,
You gotta like that white boy. You like him. Period.
Yeah,
Black, white, Puerto Rican,
I
Jew,
like that white boy.
polka dot. It don't matter. You like his game.
Yeah. Who was another one? There's another one I wanted to give out.
The New York Knicks.
It was the Knicks, but
yeah, man, you gotta give it to them. Yeah. They beat the Celtics. They beat the one that everybody is saying is coming out the East, disrespecting Cleveland. Oh no, the Celtics coming out the East. This is all I hear.
Cleveland got to get past it. Hold up, now you said that Indiana, Cleveland got to get past Indiana.
I know it. I know that.
Wait a minute, Dennis. I would not be talking if I were you because they kicking Indiana tail right now. So
yeah, that's just right now. But I'm just saying. But Indiana took one in a crib.
They did.
You know, as Pat Riley said, playoffs don't start till I beat you in your own house.
What? The mastermind.
The great Pat Riley.
Pat Riley.
The greatest basketball
I didn't
coach.
I didn't know that he patented the name 3 people. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kansas City Chiefs tried to go buy it from him.
Hey, I got a bit of trivia for y'all because I got to go. I actually have to go, but I have a trivia question for y'all before I go.
All right.
So y'all know, where's my phone? Hold on, I wrote that. I had to write it down because I didn't know this at first. So you know, Coach JB Bickerstaff, right? Bickerstaff. Did he win? Did he win Coach of the Year?
He won Coach of the Year.
Yeah. He did, right? Okay, well, did you know his dad drafted a player, a pretty prominent player? So who did his father draft to the Denver Nuggets back in, I believe it was the 90s, somewhere in the 90s?
Terrell Davis?
I guess I'm going with Chris Johnson. Chris Jackson.
Dikembe Mutombo?
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose.
Is that his father is the guy that drafted him in Denver? His father's name is Bernie Bickerstaff.
Wow.
You know what? That's good to know. I did not know that.
Trivia for you. If you follow Jalen Rose, I learn a lot. I follow him heavily. So anything he puts out, I'm watching it.
Only thing I knew about Bickerstaff is that he was the interim head coach in Houston, and he was part of like Kevin McHale's assistant for a long time. So
yeah. Kevin McHale was a pretty good coach. I don't know what happened.
Timberwolves situation.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of the show.
All right. Come on, Ron. Let's go. Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. All right.
My first question is: today NBA more about business or basketball?
Business. 100% business.
Ian.
So to say that it would be sport above business would be ignoring economics. And economically, it's always going to be business first, sports second. It doesn't matter how great the sport is. It could be baseball, basketball, football, hockey. It could be lacrosse, for crying out loud. It doesn't matter what the sport is. The sport will always take a back seat to business. So business will always come first.
I say 50-50 because it's a basketball player play for the Warriors. What that big man name, Dennis? That he just Steve Kerr just now play here in the playoffs.
I forgot. I guess it's I don't know.
Well,
you say big man, it's not Kevon Looney. I know that.
No. But 1 minute Steve Kerr did not want to play this dude. And I like, why you don't want to play this big man? You know you need a big man.
He don't know how to play with big men. It's not his game.
Look, Golden State plays small ball. We already know that.
His game is small ball.
My next question. Give me a grade of your NFL team draft. N.
B minus. There were some solid picks. There were some solid picks in there, but there's not anything that's gonna, be jaw dropping or anything that's gonna like stand out. So.
And Dennis, you going with an A?
Yeah, I'm going with an A.
I'm going with an A plus. And I stand on business.
All right, I hear you, boy.
So you're gonna have some Hall of Famers then, apparently.
Whoa.
At least they got Hall of Fame projections. So
yes. Yes.
Because when I hear A plus, that means that whoever you've taken, that's gonna be some of the greatest players of all time. So
they could be.
Okay.
My third question: do you think Travis Hunter will have succeed on both sides of the football? Both sides of the ball in the NFL. Dennis, success on both sides of the ball.
And I say yes.
Why you say yes?
Because he's playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Let me give you some tough love. If Travis Hunter decides to go 50-50 on both sides, he will be an average player in the NFL. Travis Hunter will be an average player if he just does 50-50 on both sides. Now, if he goes 70-30, 75-25, if he turns out to be a gadget player that they allot a certain percentage to one side, then a certain percentage on the other side, he will be a great player. But when you got to be in certain locker rooms, in certain meetings, and you got to actually be in certain breakdowns and certain sessions, it's not college football.
Right.
It's completely different. And your attention is going to be a lot different at the NFL level. So if Travis Hunter wants to sit there and want to be a 50-50 guy, yeah, he'll do it, but he'll be an average player because he won't have the same success that he did in college football if it's 50-50. Now, if he ends up being a Troy Brown, if he ends up being a Champ Bailey, if he ends up being a Deion Sanders, a guy who can be 80-20, 90-10, 85-15, where they allot themselves to one position for majority of the time and then can be a gadget player and pick the other side on occasion, then he'll be a good player. But he'll be average if he tries to do 50-50. NFL is much different.
I think he would be average. If I'm him and I play corner, I would stick with corner. To me.
Well, it's his natural position anyway.
Right. Because when you go up against, let's just say you're a corner, you go up against Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Or the other wide receiver with Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
That take a lot of time and effort to go up against the best. And those are two the best right now. Mm-hmm. Yes or no? Or A.J. Brown or Deebo Samuel. You got to get prepared for these wide receivers. And if you mess up, yeah, you might want to stick to one side of the football player.
I mean, if we're being honest, the only reason why he would pick receiver anyway is for the money.
I mean
that's the only reason why he would ever pick receivers, because the money that top receivers get is way different than top corners get. That's the only reason why.
How much do a top corner
get? 40 is what top wide receiver getting. Top corners getting like 28.
Right. So that's the only reason why he would ever pick receivers if he wants to get all that money.
You better be careful what you ask for a player. You got everybody looking at you.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
My next question. Since John Morant is a villain in the NBA, can you name 3 more basketball players that was the villain and did not win a championship? Dennis.
that was the villain and then win the championship.
And
No,
did not win a championship.
no, I can't name 3. They all won a championship. Unless people want to think Charles Barkley's a villain, and that's one.
No.
People want to put down Chris Webber as a villain. That's 2. Yeah, I can't think of no other straight villains and then win the championship.
Okay, Ian.
Considering that John Morant isn't a villain to begin with, it's a mute question. Like, there's no reason to answer this question because John Morant is not a villain.
Well,
he's very misunderstood. All right, the way the media paints John Morant, he's not a villain.
So let's just say you get fined so much money.
Okay,
but
wait a
minute.
Go ahead.
But you keep on doing the same thing that you get fined about. So don't you think you would think twice by doing what you've been doing to get fined?
I guess my question to you would be, how does that make him a villain? Like, from a fan perspective, is he going out and shooting people? Is he going out and running people over with his car?
No.
Is he committing domestic violence? Like, is he actually hurting people?
But you know that
he's not a villain. Like,
wait a minute. You know that NBA don't want you to show no guns, and he did that. You know that, Ian.
But I'm saying is that he ain't the villain, though. Like, he's not, committing flagrant fouls every single game. He ain't doing none of that stuff. He ain't doing that.
All right. You got your opinion. I got mine.
I'm just saying he's not a villain. Like, I mean, that's the NBA media being who they are.
Let me ask y'all in the comments, what do y'all think about John Morant?
What's the next question?
Is it the players or the system with the New Orleans Pelicans? Dennis.
It's everything. Pelicans just can't get over anything, so it's everything.
So, I mean, what do you think they need to do to get over, to be that playoff team? Who do they need to bring in?
They could be a playoff team. They ain't the problem. The problem is they need to start winning playoff games.
I know, but what I'm saying,
every time they get close to it, somebody get injured.
So
I mean, this goes back before Zion even played on the team.
Right.
Shit. Anthony Davis got injured. Then they went and got Boogie Cousins. So now it's Boogie Cousins and Anthony Davis. Then Boogie Cousins go get injured.
Right.
Like this shit is deep, man. It's hard for them.
So what do you do?
They need to go there. They need to go down there. They need to go down there. They need to go swallow up an alligator. They need to go catch an alligator and then go get one of them voodoo ladies. All right. And he sacrifice something. You understand me? Because that's the only thing that's gonna help them. You hear me?
You said put that voodoo on them.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. That's the only thing that's gonna help them.
My next question. If you a GM and you study all the football players, will you draft a football player that transfer from school to school?
It depends on what the situation is. I gotta take the whole situation in background. What happened? Why he transferred from school to school? Was the coach leaving from each school that he was at? Did the program not believe in him no more? All depends on what happened.
All right, Ian.
So the transfer portal now and the way that college football is, I'm not going to dock a player just because it goes from team A to team B to team C to team D. With the amount of players who did that in this year's draft, for example, it's not a dock, all right? It's not a negative. Before the transfer portal, okay, when you had eligibility, when there were certain requirements you had to meet, if there was a player who was on his third college by the time he was a senior, then yes, it was a red flag because it was an academic situation or it was an attitude situation. But with the current transfer portal and with how freely the NIL has allowed people to go from a team to team, no, it's not an issue anymore. Because these college players are trying to get the bag now. They want to get all that money. And to be honest, as somebody who was advocating for college players to get paid, I wrote an essay in college about this. I'm all for it. So, no, the transfer portal has essentially opened up that window, and players are now going through it. So,
my next question: who is the worst NFL draft pick of all time? Your NFL team drafted.
Hey Ron, I think you ask me this every year to hear this answer. I really do. You ask me this every year to hear this answer. You do. You ask me this shit every year to hear this answer. Mike Mamula, Jerron. Mike Mamula. You know the fucking answer. Mike Mamula.
I would say we got a pass rusher way back in the day named Jamal Anderson. A pass rusher. And he was terrible. This man was terrible.
And Andre Bruce was not okay. Right.
Well, you could put him up there too. I mean, they're about the same.
And when it comes to Dennis's team, I think Michael Haddix was not the best first round pick in the world. But
nah, the reason why I say Mike Mamula is because we passed on Warren Sapp to get Mike Mamula.
I think that.
See, I got the whole context on why it's the worst.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
The Jets wanted Warren Sapp too, and they passed on Warren Sapp too back in the day. Make that make sense. My last question of the night: how do you feel about the NFL draft overall? Ian.
It's the NFL draft. What do you want me to say?
You think?
Players get selected, teams make their decisions, and GMs are going to get fired. Head coaches are going to get fired because of the decisions a year, 2 or 3 years from now. As an overall NFL draft, it was fine. I mean, it had to be in the absolute hellhole that's Green Bay. I mean, that's not good.
Ouch.
But outside the location, the draft is fine. Like, it's okay.
Ouch. Dennis. Ouch.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed the draft once I watched it over because I missed it the night before. So once I watched it over, I actually enjoyed the draft. It was a good draft. I wish I could have won.
Well, that was my last question. So,
all right. Well, we'd like to thank everybody for coming out and joining us tonight. Ron, you got any last words?
Yeah, shout out to Pops and the Hemi brothers. They started doing a show again. Shout out to my Atlanta Falcons podcast co-host. Shout out to the eye test. And that's it. And like and share the show, everybody. Deuces.
Yeah. Deuces, baby.
Missed me while I was gone. 716, stand up.